Hello, vinyl community. I think this is post number 4. I'll be in double digits soon. I can't wait. So I've got a whole stack of, okay, more like that, of things to show everybody today, and pretty much just from this week. A couple of things I may have thrown in from way back when, just because they fit some of the other things I've got to show, but and just haven't been cataloged yet, so I thought, I'll pass those on there. First off is it's going to make a mixed bag of things too. A little bit of everything, which is kind of nice. But one nice section of 12-inch singles that I just picked up, which I'm kind of happy about. So, what's playing right now is a band called Zeitgeist. Now, they're from the early 80s, and they're kind of I'd say in the vein of REM, folk rock. Yeah, definitely in the vein of REM. But great album. I had this way back when, and it was lost in the great vinyl purge that I went through when CDs came out. Found a good copy of it, the original. It's original because it's by the band Zeitgeist. They eventually, not long after this album came out, they had to change the name of the band to, I think it's called the Reivers, R-E-I-V-E-R-S. Excuse me. Because some jazz combo up in the Midwest someplace apparently had the name Zeitgeist, so they were told very quickly to change your name. So if you find this, you might find a version of it called by the Reivers, but it's called Translate Slowly is the name of the album, and it's really good. It's like I said, REM sounding, little birds in there with the vocals. Highly recommend it. I'm not sure if this has ever come out on CD. I'd have to look that up. But this is one that I looked at my local store for quite a while, looking at it and thinking to myself, did I have that album? Where do I recognize that from? And then the more I looked into it, I realized that, I used to have this album and I need it again because it's very good. So that's what's playing on in the background, and I recommend it highly. In fact, it's the record label that they're on is DB Records, distributed by Landslide Records from Atlanta, Georgia. So there's some of a kind of a REM connection there. So this is from 1985. So anyway, if you get a chance, find this. You come by it and it's a good price. I definitely recommend it. So that's number 1 right now, and what's playing on the background. All right. Let's see. Next thing is if you're an Adrian Belew fan at all, I've heard about this band, and I know it was hard to get a hold of it on CD, and I've never seen it on vinyl until just yesterday when I was looking around, and lo and behold, I found a copy of The Bears, which is a band that Adrian Belew started with friends of his. Adrian Belew's solo career, and also with King Crimson. He even played with Zappa. I think Zappa kind of discovered him, brought him in to work on, I don't know what albums he was on, but terrific guitarist. And I like just his instrumental guitar albums as well. They had his 2 first solo albums there as well when I went. I almost nabbed those, but I've got them on CD, and for right now, I wanted to get this because I didn't have this and I hadn't heard it before. This is a great rock album with Adrian Belew, with his experience through Zappa and through Crimson, and everything he does with guitars. I think he's even worked with Bowie. That may have been where I first heard of Adrian Belew, was with his work with Bowie. Might be wrong about that, I'm not sure. But what was nice about this was that besides it being on the original label, which is a very cool label here, Primitive Man Recording Company, which is kind of neat. Never seen that label or that recording company before. It's kind of neat. Primitive Man Recording Company. It's white label. It doesn't say anything about being a promo, but sometimes record companies will do just white labels. But actually, no, I take it back. It is a promo because there's a nice promo stamp on the back for promo only. So good for me. What was nice that this also came with some other extras in it, which is kind of interesting. Just kind of a newsletter type thing, explaining where they were going to be performing, some tour that they had going on, information about the band, just all kinds of crazy stuff. They also were talking about on the street May 4th, the balancing act, the Bears. So it's a little ad advertising this album coming out along with another album. And there's another, it looks like it's not really a program, but it's again like another little newsletter where it's been stapled in upside down, but has all kinds of information about the band, and actually has a timeline of Adrian Belew and his life in music, basically. Starting right here, you can follow along and follow Adrian Belew's musical career up to this point. So, yeah, 1979, after the Bowie dates, he was with Bowie, then he went to King Crimson. But it says here first he was in 77, Frank Zappa sees Adrian in Sweetheart at Fanny's. Adrian winds up in Frank's band. That was back in 77. So then Bowie, then King Crimson, then his solo career. So, and then the Bears. Actually, I think the Bears might have been first, then the solo career. I'm not sure. Have to read this a little bit carefully, but very cool to get that. So this one all been a part of the promo package. It's kind of neat. Let's see. Another one that I was very happy to get a hold of is a copy of Roger McGuinn, Cardiff Rose. Corner cut here. It's promo. Inner sleeve. Lyrics. Sticker that would be on the shrink wrap in front usually is here, and then of course the promo tag down here, promo sticker down there. In great shape. Vinyl's in great shape. White label promo. Oops. This is my tea telling me I need to take a drink. Thank you. So really nice to have this. It's a mixture of Roger McGuinn original material. He does Dylan covers. He covers a Joni Mitchell song. He writes a song with Chris Christopherson, and that's on here. It's a little bit of everything. To me, it sounds like he tried to do every Byrds incarnation in their career in one album, because it's a little bit of everything from what the Byrds have done throughout their career. So, highly recommended. Let me hold the actual album cover again. Roger McGuinn, Cardiff Rose. Very good. Looking for his first solo album, which they had at one of the stores, but it didn't look so good, and it was kind of on the pricey side, so I thought I'd pass on that. A couple things I picked up on the jazz front is Pat Metheny and Lyle Mays. This one is As Falls Wichita, So Falls Wichita Falls. Pat Metheny is someone that a former boss of mine sort of introduced me to, and I really liked what I heard. I've got CDs of a lot of his albums, and I was happy to find the ECM vinyl of both albums. This one they also had a German copy of, but ECM did a really good job mastering and pressing their vinyl, and whoever owned this before did a great job of taking care of their records, these records, the way they had them put in here. So very good. It's kind of fusiony jazz, a little experimental. The other Pat Metheny Group, American Garage, again on the ECM label, really good. I know I can't hear it in my mind right now. It's been so long since I've heard it, but this is a very good album. It goes really well with the As Falls Wichita album. So I was very happy to find both of these together, and for like $3 a piece. Great. Then it's on to the 80s. 80s wave music. Although this wasn't necessarily 80s wave, but yes and no. If you're followers of Japan and David Sylvian, I always want to say Sylvan for reasons unknown. Well, There's some kind of school called the Sylvan School. I always want to truncate his name to Sylvan, but Sylvian. Secrets of the Beehive. This is one where I got a free download of a song from this on iTunes once. I listened to it and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. We went out and bought the CD, but found the vinyl for it and picked it up and really enjoyed the rest of the album. I think I've got one Japan album and I would like to hear more of their music. I may be wrong on the date of this. This may not be in the 80s. Well, 87. Yeah, I always think this is because his solo career came after Japan. I keep thinking that it's after the 80s, but Virgin Records, in great shape. So looking forward to putting this on vinyl and giving it a listen. I haven't heard this or what I have heard, I haven't heard in quite a while, so glad to pick this up for a few bucks. So yeah, I've got a stack, so I got to get through this. I know time flies when I'm having fun talking about these records. Another fun 80s band, Yazoo, You and Me Both. If you're a fan of Alison Moyet, you'll like this, the band that she was in. The first album, I think it was called Upstairs at Eric's. I'd like to find that on vinyl as well. But this is a nice copy on Mute Records. Cool label, which has the kind of the cover printed on the label itself. So that's really kind of nice, not just a standard album or record company label. So looking forward to it. I was actually listening to that just before I started this. I kept getting phone calls, so I went through the album. I was going to actually have that playing while I was going on. The Cure Disintegration, US copy, great shape. Has a lot of interesting information on the dead wax. What's really neat is it has some kind of a type of varnish on the cover, this original, on both sides, or if you look at it just at the right angle, you can see where it's sort of a thin layer of varnish on it, but it's cracked all the way through to give that reinforce the disintegration theme of the album, title of the album. So that's very cool. It's just something, it's very subtle to notice, but it's there. So original release, probably subsequent releases didn't have that. Nice inner sleeve, and again a nice separate, special label, keeping with the artwork of the album. And this has got lots of information on the dead wax, but some of it's nothing really special, but it just says like master disc, DMM, something. One side had something kind of strange. Which of course I'm not finding now, or I'm thinking of another album. Oh well, either way. Another sip of tea here. And yes, it is tea. I am not calling something else tea. So I thought that had some other information on it. It must have been another album I was looking at prior to this. Another 80s. This actually might have been into the early 90s, I'm not sure. It is. No, it's 89. And Squeeze. This is one I don't think I ever had on vinyl. I was buying just CDs by the time this came around, and I just, why bother with the vinyl? But found a copy of it at my local store, and it's called Frank. It's one of the better albums. I really like it. Again, it's a gold promo stamp on the back in the corner up here. And really good album by theirs. This is when things started to get a little iffy. Good album, not so good album. They were sort of sandwiched in between. This is a pretty solid one all the way. So now we start some of the 12-inch singles, which is kind of fun. Love and Rockets. This one has Motorcycle, I Feel Speed, with Bike and Bike Dance. So nice cover. Nice cover here. Shot of the band in the back. I had their kind of their main classic album way back when, and would like to find that again. That's, I think, one that didn't make the cut when it came to keeping things, but I'll definitely look for that album when I get a chance. But it was nice picking up this 12-inch. I saw this and was attracted to it right away. I'm a Jam fan. I'm not a fan of them re-releasing and repackaging everything. They just seem to be doing that a lot, or whoever owns the rights to the music. Every time I turn around, there's a new compilation or hits disc. But this really caught my eye as a 12-inch because it's got 4 killer tracks on it. Start, Eating Rifles, That's Entertainment, and Going Underground. Then I looked into this a little bit. I actually passed on this a week ago and then came back to it because I looked into it, and it's called Four Side Effects. And so this must have come out around the time the Side Effects album came out, and I mean Sound Effects. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, Sound Effects was the name of the album. Can't believe I'm questioning my Jam information because I'm usually pretty much on top of that. Sound Effects and The Gift are 2 really good albums, but I think this was released as some kind of a promotional thing. Start was on Sound Effects, and then Eating Rifles, That's Entertainment, Going Underground, great songs. This is an Australian-only 12-inch release, and when I looked it up on eBay, it was they had a few copies up, and they were going for quite a bit of money. I thought, well, I don't have this one. I have a few favorite Jam 12-inch, so I figured, okay, I'll go ahead and nab this. And Polydor, Australian pressing, great shape. Needs a little bit of dusting, and that's about it. U2 fan, so I was happy to find the US 12-inch of Sunday Bloody Sunday. Great shape. I just always like these big bold graphics on this 12-inch. Great shot of the band in the back, and vinyl is in terrific shape, so happy to get that. The Cure. There was a handful of Cure 12-inch singles, and I was very, very happy to get American Boys Don't Cry 12-inch. Also has Pillbox Tales, Do the Hanzo. And I'm not sure if this is an American pressing. It might be a UK or otherwise. I'm going to take it out real quick and look at it. No, it's German. I thought that was right. I thought that was German. I remember seeing this now, so nice German 12-inch of Boys Don't Cry. Very cool. Looking forward to giving this a listen. She'll sound great. But I saw this right away. I thought, oh, I've always liked that. I've seen the shot before. I've always liked that shot of Robert Smith. Very cool. So, another Cure 12-inch. Love Song by The Cure. 2 versions of Love Song, and then Late and Fear of Ghosts. I believe this is a standard US pressing, but let me take a look and check. Just got these yesterday, so yeah, it's a standard Elektra US pressing, but still very cool. With artwork on the label, not just the standard record label, Elektra record label, but the something that goes along with the album cover and artwork. Very cool. Getting down to the end, I'm probably at 20 minutes or something by now. I just can't tell usually. To top off the Cure 12 inches, this is very, very nice to find. First thing I saw a sticker that says colored vinyl on it, which always gets my attention. And it's an import of the Cure Pictures of You 12-inch. It's got a limited edition purple vinyl. It's got a number stamped on it, 2763. So, great. This came out in a couple different forms. One wasn't color vinyl and had different songs on it. There was a US copy, US version that didn't have anything. Had maybe different songs on it or whatnot, but you know, the really big thing for me was when I saw the colored vinyl, nice purple, translucent colored vinyl. Very cool. So, Pictures of You, extended remix, Prayers for Rain live, and Disintegration live. So, very nice. I was very happy with getting that. Probably a lot of these B-sides are on the reissues on the CDs or on the box set. I think they're on the box set. But anyway, I was glad to get those. So that's it for the 12 inches. one last thing here. It was a spur of the moment kind of item that I picked up. Of Montreal's new album. And there goes the sticker that was on the front of the cover. Paralytic Stalks is the name of the album. And great artwork as usual by one of the band members. Very cool. There's even I think a fold-out poster here, but on the inside, what's nice is even the inside of the album cover is a different color, blue. So it's not just stock white or anything. Yep, a nice little fold-out poster here. Will have to be studied and deciphered in some way to make sense of it. It's always fun to look at those. There's a book of his artwork that's come out. That's available. I think it's on Polyvinyl Records and on their website. And that's another thing about their website. I just got an email today saying that this particular issue that I picked up was on beautiful color vinyl. Nice, beautiful yellow color vinyl. It's got a little bit of marbling in it. Great labels on it. I haven't even heard the album yet, but I'm sure I'll enjoy it. I usually enjoy Of Montreal's work, but great color vinyl. It's a 2-disc set. The other disc is colored yellow as well. They have on the website, the Polyvinyl website, make sure I got that right, polyvinylrecords.com. On the website, you can download or you can order a fuchsia marbled version of this. They only made 1,500. I don't know how many they made of the yellow. That's what was at the store, but online you can order a limited edition of 1,500. You can order a fuchsia marbled pressing of that. I'm very tempted to order one to go along with the yellow. I don't know how rich I am right now. So I think along with you get that and the MP3 download for like $20. So it's not a lot. It's a double album, and what they showed looked beautiful, looked great. So I kind of want to end there. I did pick up a couple of singles, but I will share those at another time when I do a bunch of singles post. Anyway, we'll see how well I did. I can't tell because I'm using an HD cam. I can't. That's not attached to my computer. I can't see what it is. Hopefully, I'm in frame, or at least the records were in frame. Fingers crossed. And hopefully, get this uploaded and do another one. If not tonight, then maybe tomorrow. Still got a handful of other things I can do. In fact, I see something right there I'd love to show. And maybe I will. What the heck? Since we're here doing it, and I picked this up. This is actually kind of a Christmas present from my nephew. He gave me a gift certificate, and for Christmas, and I went ahead and used it to pick up this. This is on the Numero collection. It's called Titan It's All Pop. It's the vinyl version of a 2 CD set that they did. I'd seen this box around. I held off buying it. I wasn't really sure if I wanted it or not, but then I saw it at local